Hi guys, welcome back to Truth and Advocacy. This is your girl, Kdid. Hope y'all are having a fun time this year. Right now we're in the first week, lies. Today I think is the 21st or 22nd of April. I was about to say the first week of April. That is not true. So we are in the last days of April, about to come into May. Where has the time gone? I want to make sure that you guys are informed on some of the policies and things that's happening. As you know, for this year thus far, we have had a lot of cuts, a lot of shutdowns, a lot of things happening. But for New York City, we have a lot of things on the, I want to say, on the cusp of closing down. Or they said they had funding for this and the claim is running out and things like that. So right now, if you are on the EHV, which is Emergency Housing Voucher, right? You may or may not. From what I'm hearing, first they said this year, the next year, I think I'm gonna go with next year. They supposed to have funding until I want to say 2030 something, because it's a 10-year voucher. So probably 2030. Some people, I think it was done in 2020, so 2021, so 2020, 2031, somewhere around there. It also depends on when you got it, because some people got it in what year we in 2023. So it'll be 10 years from wherever you got it. Supposed to be. I call it the fake Section 8. But people think they really have Section 8. I hope they got that explained to them properly. Some people think, oh, I got EHV, so I have Section 8. Is Section 8? Yes. But it's only good for 10 years. So just be aware of that. If you was not told that, please remember that. It's only good for 10 years. But right now, it's being, what's the word? Not challenged, but they're saying that their funding is running out, which is weird because if we understood they will have funding for 10 years. So for it to be running out when it should be there already, it's kind of weird in business, but it is what it is. A lot of funny things are happening. One day it's this, one day it's that, one day it's that. One day my hair is brown, still the tips, and one day is long and one day is short. So there's a lot of changes happening in the world, and we just have to go with the flow and do the best that we can to pivot and make sure that we have housing. So a lot of cuts are happening. A lot of cuts are put up in the air. If you don't know, they have a lot of rallies in New York City. I went to a rally today. I got there late though. There was another rally on City Hall steps. I was in City Hall Park. They had another one in City Hall steps. They have a lot of cuts going on. So EHV is one of the things on the chopping block. They want to cut snaps. They want to cut cash. They want to cut other housing subsidies, city FEPs. Not really. City FEPs is like, not cut City FEPs, but it's like they want to give them less money. And when you give people less money, that means people got a shelter, can't get the program. And that's the problem, because our shelter population is very, very high. And so we need people to move the hell out. We also need landlords to take the daggone voucher. So we got a lot of stuff in the frying pan right now, and look like they're about to get burnt. So we have to make sure that we are informed of what's happening around us. And you might say, it's not happening to me, it's not affecting me. It might affect you. God forbid you have a fire. God forbid Sandy or Katrina try to come up in New York City and your housing is God forbid we have another tornado. God forbid. God forbid. God forbid. I don't know if it's like a real tornado, but we had like something when I feel like I was really, really young, like a teenager or in my 20s. I don't think that's considered a tornado, but I just know something passed through with high winds when I was younger. God forbid, and it took down, I think, a couple of things. God forbid a tree falls in your house and you can't live in it no more. God forbid, that's why I hate living in buildings. One of the apartments near to you is a fire and your whole floor is out. God forbid. That could be you. And most people, especially living in New York City, they're living paycheck to paycheck. So you can't my apartment burned down, so I have to just go to get another apartment. First of all, a lot of stuff have waiting lists. A lot of things are happening. The fastest thing, unless you have family, you go to a shelter. And when you're in shelter, you want to make sure, even though I heard if it's like a natural disaster, and if you're actually just homeless because of other reasons, they treat you better. If it's like a reason why in their eyes it's better, then But the point is that you are homeless, you are depending on these benefits, and the benefits are not there to safety net you, which is basically what it is. You're screwed. So they're trying to do Medicaid, they're trying to do Social Security. These are things that's eligible to be cut. Right now in budget hearings and things like that. Please, honestly, before I did this position in jobs, I wasn't really in the know-how of things and things like that. Now I'm staying more informed. One, this is my job. And it helps me to actually stay connected to my city and to know what's happening. I think stuff should not be just the citywide, it should not be just the statewide. So we all can be in the burden together. We will fight better and have bigger voices. But a lot of rallies and stuff is coming up. Right now we're in a mayoral race. And look at what the candidates have done before and see what they put their words to before and see if they actually got action done. Nobody's perfect, and when you do certain jobs, you need a backend of a team. If you want something to get done, if you don't have a team for certain things, it just can't get done. So just be aware of that too. I try to give people grace, so give them grace too. But I'm just saying all of that to just know what's happening in your city. So EHV is on the chopping block. Food stamps, Medicaid, all your stuff. Apparently, WIC getting thrown in there too. So everything you can think of to survive, let's say you have a good paying 100K job a year, and even when you have a 100K job a year, with the taxes, you really make like 80 to 75,000 a year, because you got to think about the taxes. You're pretty much on the chopping block. And you might think 75,000 is great for New York City. Depends where you live, depends what you do. If you have kids, if you not have kids, if you by yourself, I think that's great. If you have kids, that's a struggle. True. That's what I personally think. You might say I'm wrong. Maybe you're going to say that person should know how to do their finances better. But everybody's different. Everybody have different obligations. Everybody have things differently. So don't judge, all right? But you should be abreast of what's happening. So just be aware of that. They do have a voucher called the Housing HAVP. Housing Access HAV voucher. What the P stand for? I should know. I do work with that. I should know that. I'm bad with acronyms. I'm not gonna lie. HAVP is basically a voucher, supposed to be better than City FEPS, kind of like Section 8 in a way. But everybody who's especially they really did, I feel like they just did it honestly to adding people who are undocumented. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're in this problem at this point together in the melting pot. And I don't have a personal problem with people who are undocumented. It's just a lot of issue underlying currents there. And especially people who are, I call them the new and then old undocumented. So it's like a lot of things right there. But this is not the episode to actually go into those kind of things. So sorry. Yeah. But that's a little bit what I'm talking about and thinking about right now. And just be abreast. Well, like I said, that voucher would actually be to encompass more people. Like example, a person like me would actually qualify for it. And I'm born here. I'm first generation American. And I don't really claim that, but you know, it's good for your traveling. Well, I don't know about now, but it used to be. So when I was in shelter, I did not qualify for City FEPS. I didn't qualify for FEPS, for the community. I didn't qualify for nothing. But this is supposed to be a program that you can qualify for more things. Like more people can be qualified under the banner. A lot of these vouchers have so much. They say they have 10 things. You have to qualify for all 10. And if you don't qualify that, you cannot get it. A lot of people do get the vouchers, but a lot of people are, like myself, are left out. So this will be a great opportunity to actually have a bigger population of populace. Also the budget. Can we afford it? But we didn't get there. We just want to make sure it passes and have Governor Hochul kind of back that up. Because people like myself would love to have a voucher. I feel like anybody, honestly, who makes under 100K, honestly, 1,500K should get a voucher. You might say, that's kind of crazy. But the way they're hiking up these rents, you're soon going to be paying $80,000 a year just for rent. And most people cannot afford that in New York City. So guess what's going to happen? It's going to be deserted. Well, I don't think it'll ever be deserted. Crime would just go up so people can afford stuff and get things. Like, that's basically how it's going to be. When people don't have what they need, especially for their, like, shelter, food, money, crime rates go up. So just think about that. Mental health problems go up because you're worrying about what's happening. And when you worry, you have no outlet to actually put it in what's safe and good. You might flip a switch, go black, and then, do something crazy you would not normally do. So just be aware that everything we cut off, everything we think is not important, affects other things, and everything is they intersect with each other, right? And when things intersect, if one thing comes out, other bricks in that puzzle, they fall, they crumble. And you might not see the effect now, but you'll see like in a month or 2 or 6 months. Like a person doesn't, most time people don't, unless there's like a natural disaster, they don't become homeless like that. People just think, oh my gosh, one day I woke up, not one day I woke up. One day that person woke up, also they would just want to be homeless. Great. Like the homeless is like Taj Mahal or something. It's not. Like shelter is not that. That's not what it is. We don't want to go there because we want to. We go there because it literally is our last resort. So we go through stress of over months and over time. And a lot of times people have to go there, especially families. Single shelters are the easiest ones to get in, like a lot of you. Family shelters for people with kids under 21 is hard as hell. You would think, because we have minors with us, it would be easy, or if you're pregnant, it would be easy. But they make it hard, which makes no sense to me, but I'm working on people. I'm working with people to help get that a little bit better. Does it make sense? Why would I have a minor with me, but you give me problems? Do you want me to get ACS case? Like, but it is what it is. Anyway, I hope this is informative. I hope this helped you. And please, please, please write down in the comments below if anything you want me to talk about and things like that. I'm trying to grow this channel and can try to make it bigger than ever and hopefully make this content work for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming for Truth and Advocacy. It's your girl, Khadijah D. Almost said K-Did. And out. Bye.